Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series, Titanium Series, Wave 1 Scaled Helmets, Kylo Ren, Poe Dameron, Captain Phasma, and First Order Stormtrooper. Alright you guys, so there are two different packs making up Wave 1 of these titanium scaled helmets. First we have the Kylo Ren and Poe Dameron helmets, and then in the other pack we have Captain Phasma and the First Order Stormtrooper. I decided to go ahead and combine these into one review. So we're going to go ahead and take a look first at the Kylo Ren and Poe Dameron set, and then we'll look at set number 2 with Phasma and the Stormtrooper. So I don't generally do Hasbro's titanium line, but when I saw that they were going to come out with scaled helmets, I thought that was a pretty cool concept. Because unlike the vehicles, which don't seem to be of very good quality and are kind of plasticky and not scaled properly, these helmets actually look very, very nice. And I found these at Walmart. Each set retails at $14.99. And the packaging, as you can see, is pretty much the same as anything else Hasbro is doing these days for the Star Wars Black Series line. You get the black and red motif with a look at the helmets. On the side, you get another look there at the diagrams for the helmets. Opposite end indicates that this is number 1 in the series. And at the back, you get those diagrams once again, and then it says Kylo Ren and Poe Dameron. And Kylo Ren, a dark warrior strong with the Force. Kylo Ren commands First Order missions with a temper as fiery as his unconventional lightsaber. Poe Dameron, an ace pilot. Poe Dameron is a leader in the Resistance's fight against the evil First Order. He soars into battle behind the controls of a modern X-Wing fighter. And these are the same descriptions Hasbro uses on every iteration of these characters. Really would be cool if they mixed it up a little bit. The rest of the packaging there on the back side. And down at the bottom, you get your UPC. And at the top, very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and get these out and we will take a closer look. Alright, and here are the helmets out of the packaging, and my first impression is that they seem pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take a look first at the Kylo Ren helmet, and it looks very good. I mean, it obviously looks quite a bit like it appeared in the film, and these are made of a die-cast material, so they are a little bit hefty, have a pretty good weight to them, and then they come on a plastic display base that says Star Wars, and it's actually pretty cool that the way that they did this, because the helmets look quite nice, but then you can rotate the helmets there along the axis of the plastic right there. You can kind of just see that it's connected in there, and you can just move it around like that. You can't go side to side, which also would have been pretty cool. But, you know, for what they did here, I think that this does look pretty good. Give you a close-up here at the detail there. And it looks really nice. It's very nice looking. It obviously looks like metal. The black is nicely painted. Of course, Kylo Ren's mask wasn't perfect. There were a lot of little blemishes on there, so that is in line with the way that this turned out. You can see a lot of little scratching here and there. And, I mean, it looks really good, but it definitely has that weathered look to it. So I like what they did here. I think it looks very nice and, you know, very convenient to have a little Kylo Ren helmet like this, and the fact that it has a little base like this where you can move it. It's not the fanciest base, but I do find that it works pretty well. You can just, you know, set it there like that. Looks great. And as for the Poe Dameron helmet, it's very nice looking as well. Looks a lot like his helmet from the film. I think they did a really good job replicating that look. It's got some wear and tear on it. The colors are pretty vibrant. I really like the bright white and the really nice shade of blue. It's got some writing there on the side, and just all around, it looks really, really good. Really cool. And again, since these are die cast, they are pretty hefty. Give you a close up here, some of the details there. Really nice wear that they did with the paint there. I think that the aesthetic is just really good. You can see it does have the visor right there, which is made of plastic. The little headset piece right here is made of plastic as well. What's cool about the visor is that you can flip it up just like that. And it has the same base as Kylo Ren, but I do find that this one is like really, really loose. And I have been able to get it off of this little plastic base here. So I don't know if maybe it's just not in there properly. Maybe I need to work with it a little bit more. But yeah, it's just on there a little bit too loosely. I mean, you can still use it, but yeah. This is the only one of the 4 helmets that seems to have this issue. So we'll need to look at that a little bit further. Set number 2 contains Captain Phasma and the First Order Stormtrooper helmets. It's identical to the other packaging except that it is formatted for both of these 2 characters. On the side, you get a look at the helmets for both characters. Opposite side says that this is set number 2 with Captain Phasma and the First Order Stormtrooper. The back of the box shows you the diagram of the helmets once again and says, Captain Phasma, clad in distinctive metallic armor, Captain Phasma commands the First Order's legions of troopers. And for the Stormtrooper, equipped with sleek armor and powerful weapons, the Stormtroopers enforce the will of the First Order. And says Hasbro and Disney. Then there's a look at the bottom and then the top. So let me go and get these out of the box. And then we have Captain Phasma, which I think particularly lends itself very well to this die-cast sort of format because, of course, she has the chrome look to her helmet, and they replicated it very nicely with this little scaled replica here. On the sides, you can see it's got some very nice paint wear on it just to kind of make it look battle-worn, and the back of it, very nice. I really like the aesthetic of this helmet, and just all around, it looks very, very solid. I'll give you a close-up here. And look at that. That looks awesome. I think this is probably my favorite of the 4 helmets. And I just really like the brushing and, you know, the look that they gave it. I just think it's really, really good. Same plastic base. And again, you can rotate it if you wanted to position it, you know, upward or downward on your shelf, which is cool. And then finally, we have the First Order Stormtrooper, which I think is the most simple out of the bunch, but it still looks very nice. The aesthetics here very nicely replicate the look from the film. Very nice sculpt on the helmet, and just all around, I think it looks very nice, very clean, very nice, shiny white. And it does look plastic, but it is die-cast, so, you know, pretty hefty and good weight to it. And just give you a close-up here of the detail. And I think it looks really good. There's some nice texturing there on the mouthpiece, here on the mask, and a little bit of stray black paint right there. Not a huge deal. I mean, all in all, it does look very nice, and the paint is mostly painted quite clean. So, yeah, very nice. Some extra detail there on the top. I really like this. And the base, same clear plastic base, and yeah, you can rotate it just like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. These are the Hasbro Star Wars, the Black Series, Titanium Series, scaled helmet replicas, set number 1 with Kylo Ren and Poe Dameron helmets, and set number 2, Captain Phasma and First Order Stormtrooper helmets. Overall, you guys, I think these are pretty nice. At the price point of $15, it's really not too bad of a deal, considering that these are very nicely sculpted helmets that are painted and detailed very nicely and come in a little plastic base. I'm really happy with these. I am happy that I purchased them, and Hasbro is saying they're going to do more of them, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do, and we're definitely going to be getting some from the original trilogy, apparently. So here's hoping for Darth Vader and Boba Fett and, you know, some of those characters that we really love. And the display bases are pretty nice as well. Even though they're not the flashiest looking bases, they are clear, which helps to make the helmet stand out more than the base. I'm not really sure why Poe Dameron's is the only helmet that comes off the base. Perhaps because it is a different style from the other 3. It's really the only thing I can guess, but it is kind of strange that only one of them comes off from the base. But it's not a huge deal to me. I don't think I would be taking these off the bases. And for display purposes, I think it is pretty nice to have them elevated a little bit on these clear stands. Hasbro does not indicate an exact scale for these helmets, though I am going to guess that they are about 6 scale. Reasoning for that is that I was looking at my 12-inch Captain Phasma figure, and the helmet is roughly in scale with her helmet. It's not exact, but it's pretty close. So if you like this sort of thing, having little replicas of the helmets from the Star Wars films, then I think you're gonna like this. I think they're quite affordable, and unless you want to pay hundreds of dollars for a very nice replica from another company, this is a really good way to get several of them and get your bang for your buck. Of course, there is the Kylo Ren Black Series 1:1 scale helmet as well. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'm going to go ahead and give these a 9. I'm really looking forward to displaying these on my shelf and getting more of them in the future. All right, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, then I do encourage you to please like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the Star Wars Black Series titanium scaled helmets, whether or not you're planning on picking them up. Be sure and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And as always, I do want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.